So when you make these follow-up calls and offer the tickets, you're not asking for a referral.
I'm softly asking for a referral. So I call somebody and our conversation might be a minute. If my conversation is only a minute, I'm not asking for a referral, because that means it's not, if you're going to ask for a referral, your conversation needs to be over 2.5 minutes, and it usually has to be a little bit of relevance with whatever's going on in their life, and then you'll throw in at the end of it, hey, they'll usually ask you because they care. They'll say, hey, Daniel, how's everything going? Everything's going fantastic. By the way, thanks so much for all your referrals, whether they have referred anybody or not, but you throw it out there. You just thank them, They might say, hey, I never referred somebody to them. Maybe I should look. But that's usually how I end it. I softly ask for it, but I do ask for it.
So you ask for it by making an assumptive statement by saying, thank you for sending me your referrals.
Yeah, thank you for trusting in me these last couple of years. I really do appreciate all the help that you bring to my business. And, and usually it comes with, just a simple chat about family, or it comes with, here's some tickets to some Giants game, or, usually they'll call me back for, when they're calling me back because I sent them a gift certificate to some certain place, it's usually because they did refer somebody to me. And those are the people I really want to keep asking, because those are the people that are actually, saying my name to their family and friends. It's better to have, 10 or 20 or 100 people that love you, and every chance they get, they're telling you, I know Daniel, and he's a great agent, and you need to talk to him, than having 1,000 people that maybe might or might not refer you, might not know your name. So I'd rather focus on those 100 qualified A-plus people that are excited to give my name than to really focus on the 1,000 that don't.
Do you see a concentration of a certain group of people in your 800 database that send the majority of the referrals?
It's a variety of people. I have a lot of the first-time buyers are very excited. They love to refer people to me. A lot of the young, the people that weren't buying homes when the market was going bonkers, that are, in their low 20s to mid-20s to, just getting out of college, they love to refer people. We're in a society of contacts, and sometimes you're excited about the people that you know, and they're excited to know me and to be in the business and the way I do business. So I see that they refer a lot of people to me.
Any other secrets to generating referrals out of your database?
No, I think the biggest secret is investing in that database. Focus on the people that have done business with you and are happy with you. So if you're going to spend $500 on a newspaper ad or whatever kind of ad that's going to maybe touch a bunch of other people that might never call you, try it for 1 month. Stop that and spend that money in the people that you've done business with, not expecting anything back, and you'll be amazed what happens.
In your letters and your postcards that you're sending out, or your thank you cards, do you make any reference to referrals in those cards?
Yeah, just about all of them.
How is it referenced?
I put, on one side of the card, they're all personal cards that I make. For instance, if I close a transaction with somebody, whether it's a seller or a buyer, I do something a bit quirky. I have my own cards that say on the front, and I've been using this forever, and I'll keep using it because I've been to buyers' homes or sellers' homes, and I've seen the card on their mantle like a reminder that this is what they did. And it says, a house is built by wood and beams. A home is built by hopes and dreams. And in the inside it says, congratulations, and I write a personal note of our experience. And then on the other side, I do put a quick little note. By the way, if you know anybody that's looking to buy a property or get some real estate advice, please give them my card. I'll include a couple cards. And then I'll stuff the heck out of that envelope with confetti. So usually it generates a call because they'll open it up and I'll flip the card upside down and the confetti will go all over the place. So it's usually a pretty funny conversation whenever they get back to me. But I always ask for it on their 6-month letter, or if I call them and I send them a personal note, or if somebody referred somebody to me, I'll put a quick note in there, and then on the inside flap I always put thank you for your referral, and I'll include a couple other business cards. So I always ask for it.
You talked about when they first close, you try to get in touch with them 1 month, 6 months, 12 months. How far out do you schedule your contact with them?
I usually do up to a year, and then I'll put them, when they're in my year, they also go into my my regular follow-up systems, like they'll get my Thanksgiving card. I have a personal Thanksgiving card, which I sign a ton of them. My Christmas card, my personal family Christmas card, they also get. And then most of them are also in that passive magazine that I send out as well. So it's something that they hear from me on paper at least 3 times, like solid, heartfelt, mailings, like Thanksgiving card or a Christmas card or my magazines that actually have personal things in there. And then I'll tend to call them as well. Or, if they're good clients, they tend to call me. So my phone's constantly ringing with people that want to talk. So I always want to make that time to do that. But to answer your question, after that year, they go into the more passive, indirect kind of direct marketing that we have, the Christmas cards, the Thanksgiving cards, my magazines, and also, hopefully we'll stay in touch because I'm calling them with tickets to the Giants game, or thanking them for referrals, or just calling them to see how they're doing. I have my assistant. She also makes a list of 10 random people, and she sets them on my desk, and I call them every week, just to kind of say, hey, how you doing? Talking to people.
So you try to make 10 random calls per week on top of everything else you're doing?
Yeah. Just the people that maybe I closed 2.5 years ago, maybe haven't been as active. When I make that call, if I see, hey, we kind of weed them out a little bit too. If I haven't had much response to them, and say they don't answer my call and they don't call me back, and I try to give them a call again, if they don't answer me back, and I tried a couple times and I just didn't, sometimes they'll drop off my list. I need to focus more on getting solid people on my contact list, people that are going to refer me, and people that like to do business with me. So, it's rare that I do that, but sometimes I do weed them out a bit like that.
So that's pretty sharp. You're actually culling your list. You're weeding your list down to the strongest referrers. That helps you focus on them and not be distracted by people who may not refer business to you.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I mean, if I'm calling 10 people a week and I'm following up maybe with a personal card or a gift card or something just simple, quirky, if you think about it, I'm making 40 calls a week, which puts me at 480 calls, a little more than that, 480 calls a year, which I basically just called half my database over a year. So, when it comes down to after a year, what do? Chances are they're getting a call from me, and they're getting a lot of other personal things from me. So, it's a way to kind of really keep gauge of what's going on in your database, because that is your foundation. That is your lifeline. That is what's going to give you business, at least for my business.
Yeah, it sounds like in year 2, they're receiving at least 6 pieces from you, the personal cards at Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then the magazine 4 times a year. Do you schedule calls on top of that? There's a certain number of calls you try to make each year to each of these folks?
If I don't talk to them during the year from a referral or thanking them for something, or they don't call me for randomly sending them a gift card or thanking them, then the only time I will talk to them is if they're on my list of 10 people to call that week. So if I have 800 people in my database, I'm calling 480 people a year. I'm talking to them for the most part every year and a half. And keep in mind that some of the people that I call, say I call 480 people in a year, if I say I don't have the referrals to let me give away $500 worth of gift cards, I'm giving away those gift cards no matter what. So I'll pick people from my database that I had a great transaction with, I had an okay transaction with, that maybe I just want to reach out to. I'll send them a quick note, send them a gift card. And guess what? 90% of the time, they'll call you and say, hey, thanks. Can't believe you sent that to me. What did I do for this? And I say, hey, nothing. We're I just thought about you the other day, and then I figured that you'd enjoy going to the movies, or I figured that you'd enjoy a $25 gift card, or I figured you'd like coffee or iTunes $10 gift card. Just depending on what they have or who they are, I'm constantly in and out of that database.
And do you keep track of what you send them? Do you write that down in your database?
Yeah, I have in the notes section a section that says when I sent them, what I sent them, and whatnot. Yeah, I do.